Thanks for being here, guys. Welcome to this hamstring challenge class. We are going to get started on our backs. So just a note, this is an intermediate level class. I'm going to give you options to amplify your practice as needed, but just do what serves you. So we're going to start with our feet as wide as our hips, and you're just going to land your hands on your stomach, and I just want you to take a moment to close your eyes. Go ahead and lift your head up off of the mat, and then just gently tuck your chin into your chest and release the back of your head onto the mat so you can feel your upper back and neck soften. Now take a big breath into your hands and exhale. You can gently flutter your eyes open and then extend your arms down by your hips. Walk your feet a little bit wider than hips distance apart here. And then you're gonna start to slowly squeeze your shoulder blades together and then lift your hips up towards the sky, up towards your ceiling. And then start to squeeze your heels towards your shoulder blades to activate that back body. Exhale, slowly start to lower back down. Try to linger at the bottom before you just collapse down to feel all those little muscles around your upper back and mid back working. Inhale, start to lift your hips back up, push into your heel bones, try to squeeze them towards your shoulder blades, and then exhale, lower down. This last one, we're gonna hold up at the top for a few moments and add on. Inhale, rise up. Squeeze the back body. So we want to feel knees pushing forward, shoulders moving towards your heel bone. So we're activating there, and then walk your right heel to the center of the mat. You're going to push more weight into your right heel and start to lift your left knee up towards your chest. Inhale and start to straighten out that left leg. Exhale, lower your hips down to the mat. Inhale, push into that right heel and press up. We've got two more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push and lift. Exhale, lower. And one more time, lift on up, hold it. Now add on here, we're gonna start to lower the left leg to the height of the right leg. And then you can point your toes and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift your left leg straight up, lower your hips down, and then lower your left foot to meet the right. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Just go ahead and reset for a moment. Big, bright breath in, and breath out. Place your feet down, feet as wide as your hips. We're gonna set up for the other side. Inhale, start to curl your tailbone forward, push into your heel bones, and then lift. Try to snuggle your shoulder blades together for more support. Heel ball toe your left foot to the center of the mat. Push down, more weight into your left heel, and then start to lift your right leg up. Squeeze that right knee in, and then extend your right leg up. As you exhale, slowly lower your hips down, and then inhale, energetically push upward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, push up. One more time, energy between those shoulder blades. Lift up, hold. Now option to amplify, point your toes, lower your right leg to the height of your left, squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push into those shoulders, lift your right leg up, and then slowly lower your hips down. Bend your right knee to meet the left, and then squeeze your knees into your chest. Take a big breath in and a huge breath out. Go ahead and cross your ankles, scoop up the backs of your legs, and then start to gently rock and roll up and down. So that first one, you might realize you kind of rock yourself far forward. I want you to pause and try to balance on your tailbone as long as that feels okay. One more time, we're gonna roll up, and then you could cross your ankles to make your way into tabletop position, or you could sweep your legs back behind you if you have sensitive knees. Just pause with your hands under your shoulders for a moment here and look at your elbow creases. Start to rotate the eyes of your elbows forward, and then tuck your left toes, extend your left leg back behind you. Elevate your left leg, bend your left knee, and open your left hip. As you exhale, take that left knee up to your left tricep, and then start to hover your left foot outside your left hand. Now pull that left leg back and lower it down to meet the right. Second side, tuck your right toes, extend your right leg back. Inhale and lift your right leg, then bend your knee and open your hip. So we want to find this really big yawn for your hip. As you exhale, right knee to right tricep, option to hover that right foot out there for 3, 2, and 1. You're gonna place that right knee back down and then tuck your toes, elevate your knees and pull back to downward facing dog. As you pull back to downward dog, you might have to walk your feet back. You can always bend your knees so that you get a better stretch for your back. That's the primary area that we're stretching in downward facing dog. Start to grip the mat with your hands, push down into your thumbs and index fingers, and then take a moment to pull your hips back and drop your head. Big breath in through your nose and a huge breath out. Inhale and start to elevate your left leg back behind you. We're gonna yawn that left hip open, bend your left knee and work a little hamstring curl there. So we wanna feel that left heel is moving to the right hip. Now exhale, left knee, left tricep. See if you can hover the foot outside your hands and then pull back and open your left hip. You're gonna practice that one more time. Left knee, left tricep, squeeze it up there, hover and pull back. Now just squeeze that left knee, squeeze your left knee in towards your chest for a core plank and step your left toes through. Come up onto the ball of your right foot and then start to brace your core. So we want to draw low belly up and in. You're going to round the spine and come up to stand. Reach your arms up to the sky and then exhale, start to lean forward. So this is where you could place your hands on the ground, or you can find a bit more of a challenge by pushing your hands into one another and lifting your right leg up off of the ground. As you exhale, go ahead, take a deep bend in that left knee, and then inhale, straighten. Now tap your right foot behind your left and bend. Inhale, straighten, pull back, warrior 3. One more time, you're gonna bend that left knee, straighten, tap your right foot behind the left, bend both knees, and then pull back to warrior 3. Exhale, both hands down to the ground, fold, and then land your left foot to meet your right. Come into a forward fold, big breath in, and exhale, come all the way down. Take your feet a little wider than your hips, turn your toes out, and sink your hips down to malasana, so like a yoga squat. You could sit up a little bit higher if you need to. If your heels come way off the ground, that's completely fine too. We just wanna find that deep squat where you're getting like a stretch in your lower back, and then work on opening the chest. Take a big breath in, and then exhale, hands come down to the ground. Walk your feet in a little closer towards one another. If you need to bend your knees, that's fine. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to high plank position. So once you arrive in your high plank, start to squeeze your legs and even dome your upper back slightly. As you exhale, you're gonna lower down halfway like a tricep push-up, chaturanga. Inhale, high plank, 2 more. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Last time, chaturanga. Inhale, high plank. Lower your knees down, untuck your toes, lie down on your belly. Inhale, loop your shoulders back, lift up for baby cobra, and then exhale, lower down. Walk your hands back by your low ribs. Inhale, press into the tops of your feet. Straighten your legs, lift your heart. Feel your thighs lift off the ground. Exhale, woo. Pull back, downward facing dog. Lift your hips high to the sky. Big breath in and a huge breath out. All right, second side, here we go. Lift your right leg high. Yawn your right hip open by bending your knee and taking that shape of like a scorpion tail. As you exhale, right knee, right tricep, squeeze it up there, maybe hover your foot outside, and then pull back, open your hip. So this is gonna heat it up. Move to your breath. Right foot, right hand, hover, pull back, and now you're just gonna take that right knee up towards your chest to work your step through. We're gonna walk the right toes between your thumbs, roll up onto your left big toe mound. Now brace your core, and then you can start to round your spine. Roll up to that crescent lunge position, stretch your arms upward, then lean forward, keep your belly off of your thigh if possible. We're gonna lift, then maybe hands to the ground or hands to heart center for that bonus challenge. Turn the left toes straight down to the ground. Bend your right knee and straighten. Take your left foot behind your right. Take that curtsy, lower down. Inhale, pull back. Bend your right knee. Straighten your right leg. Take your left foot behind the right, curtsy. Pull back. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, fold over your right leg for standing split so that left leg can travel high. Big breath in. Exhale, left foot down to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and bow. Take your feet a little wider apart. We're gonna come into Malasana, an option to add on to this Malasana. So we can take the knees a little wider. You can roll up onto your tippy toes and then take your hands down on the ground. So this is prep for crow. You're gonna take a baby chaturanga in the arms, so like a quarter chaturanga, and then you're gonna load your knees onto the backs of your arms. We wanna look forward here, and I want you to think of doming your upper back. So we want to think shoulder blades apart from one another. You'll look forward, maybe one foot lifts, maybe the other, and you work on tapping. Option to start to curl your heels up towards your glutes. Look forward. Exhale, hop back to chaturanga or step back to high plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, you're gonna bring it all the way back. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Huge breath out. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale, hop or float to those fingertips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold all the way down. Inhale, root to rise. Stretch your arms up to the sky. And then exhale, just pause with hands at heart center. Big breath in. And a huge breath out. Blink your eyes open. We're gonna take a moment to sink into chair. So actually you're gonna step back because the knees are gonna move forward here. So we're gonna sink into chair and you're gonna roll up onto those tippy toes. As you exhale, lower your hips towards your heels and then scoot your knees forward, and we try to balance here. So you're gonna brace your core, maybe lower the knees down to the ground, and then lift your hips up. Stretch your arms upward. Exhale, lean back and squeeze those hamstrings. Inhale, rise. 2 more. Pull back and get to that place where it's like, feels a little jittery, a little quivery. 1 more time, pull back. Inhale, rise. Now transition here. Hands to heart center. We can take this into chair, then into crow. Heels come back. We lift, take the hands down, knees to the backs of your arms. Inhale, look forward, maybe one foot, maybe the other. Heels to your glutes. Maybe you start to straighten your arms and hop it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, lift your heart. Exhale, bring it all the way back. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Huge breath out. Just notice what you've accomplished here on your mat. 1 more inhale and let it go. Look forward to your hands. Hop or step your feet up to your hands. Go ahead, take a big bow, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, chair pose. Take your chair all the way down to the ground. Pull back, and then lower all the way onto your backs. Take a moment to hug those knees into your chest. And just like how we started, for a nice stretch. 1 more inhale and exhale. And if you're ready to move on to the rest of your day, go ahead and roll up. If you have more work to do on your mat, stay down there. You can take your hands to heart center. Take a big breath in. Huge breath out. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you guys so much. I hope you had a great practice, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.